part-time model.
I'm a full-time NBA player.
I'm Ashley. I'm just me.
I'm Lorenzo. I'm a soccer player for the school.
And I'm Anna Schumann, and I'm a black belt.
What do you know about ELA this year?
This year, Miss Lamar has set up a new, kind of way to work we each by the color or how we're learning on our box. We match it up with a certain document that we have, and you work by your own pace and do your own tasks, and at the end we'll all be at the same, place.
I feel like it's also at your own pace. You're not at the same thing as every other student. If you're either at a slower reading or learning level, then you're not going to be called out on it. That she's just going to give you a different task, and so that by the end of the year you do get some progression in your learning.
I want to agree with you on that because I know usually I'm either really quick or really slow. So being able to go at my own pace really helps and trying to help me excel in things that I probably don't understand as much right now.
Anything else you think parents should know about our work in ELA?
Well, I think personally, one thing that I like to do is the digital diarrheas, which is we make up stories, and I think it just lets us express our creativity, and it expands on how we write, and if you write a story in one part and you have a lot of good context, you can use that for an actual test or something.
And to build on that with the digital diarrhea, when we share them out in class, it's kind of interesting to see the different perspective on each kid on how they take the prompts and they make it into their own thing.
Kind of not branching off of what they say, but kind of going on a different path. We do a lot of group work in this class, not a whole lot, but we do a lot of things on whiteboards and stuff that we share with our group, and I feel like that also helps us get an idea of what other kids are thinking and might help us in our writing in a way. Or if we're working on, because the other day we did a thing where it was a Venn diagram with our group, and not everyone got to finish, but it's nice to just start off the class with working with the people that you are going to be sitting with for almost an hour, so I feel like that's another nice thing to do.
I also want to add on because it's the group work and things that we do, it's always fun. You go to it's not like you just go to a class, sit down, do work, and then leave. It's you actually enjoy doing, well, I would hope you actually enjoy doing what you're doing. The digital diarrheas and all that.
With our group work, it kind of it helps us see what other kids are thinking instead of your own view on that question or that warm up. Kind of lets us expand our imagination,
In the lottery, how do choices individuals make impact the results in his or her life and the lives of others? Anna.
I picked an individual person. I put Old Man Warner, and I put that he has a very ignorant mindset because he's always thought of this one way, and he thinks that if by throwing the rocks at people and killing them, that they'll bring crops. So, even as time goes by, if the tradition does change while he's still alive, he's always going to think in the same way that he has before. Nick?
I like to agree with Anna and say that he thinks he's right with everything he does, like what she said with throwing the rocks and making more crops for the other people. He thinks that doing this is the right thing and that the other towns and other places that stop doing this is wrong because it kind of evens out the whole society kind of. Ethan?
To add on what Anna and Nick said, I said that choices in lottery were affected, Old Man Warner had affected Tessie's life in a way because he was the one that kept the lottery going. So, by doing that, he murdered someone. Think about that. Ashley?
I would like to agree with what everyone said, but I would like to branch out to everyone in that town. If you think about it, really, if everyone were to agree that that should have happened, because if you go back and read the lottery, a lot of people disagreed with what was happening. But if you think logically, if all of them were to say that I don't want this to happen in my town anymore, just like what happened in other towns, it was stopping. So I feel like if people weren't so scared of voicing their opinions, then this could stop for future generations, and this wouldn't have to continue. What is your homework on a typical night?
For homework on a normal night, it's to read and practice your vocab, which is on Quizlet, and based on what your work is, based on what category you're in, you have different words for your Quizlet. So you should study those to like progress in the characterization things. What is expected of you when you finish a book?
When you finish a book, first off, you're supposed to complete like a monthly task. So you can either do, well, she has a bunch of different tasks for you to do, and then if you really want to do something but it's not on the list, you can ask her to do it. And if you feel more comfortable doing that, and then after that, you put it on your reading log, because at the end of the trimester, you go over how many books or pages you have in the reading log.